Hello, it's Stampy Sandy, and today I'm going to be showing you a card using the Eclipse technique. So during one of my Christmas card classes, we did this cute Noel card, and it went over so well. The ladies just really loved it. My last class that we did one Valentine card, and a lot of the ladies stayed to do another card using this technique again on their own. So I thought I would just show a really quick card using this technique, but we'll do a Valentine card. So for the Valentine card, I'm going to be using these two stamp sets out of our New Occasions catalog, Sure Do Love You and Heart Happiness. And of course, for our large letters, now you don't always have to use letters. You can use punches, whatever you want to cut out. You can use, and you'll see as I'm doing the card what I mean by that. But today we're going to use the large letters framelits dies, and the colors I'm going to be using for ink is Powder Pink, Berry Burst, and Melon Mambo. And then for my card base will be our Whisper White, just your normal 8.5 by 5.5, and then I cut a piece of fresh fig, and I cut that down by 1/8 of an inch, and I cut down by another 1/8 of an inch another piece of white card, and this is what we're going to start with. And for this, we are going to start stamping our image, and let's get started. Okay. So to start, I'm just going to do some stamping. So I'll start with my Melon Mambo. And you can basically stamp anything that you like anywhere on your page. But I'm going to do a couple of different just heart images all over the place, because after all, it is Valentine's Day, so we've got to have hearts. And then I'm going to go to my Powder Pink, and with my Powder Pink, I'm going to stamp, say here, okay, and of course, you know, you can stamp off of your page. You don't always have to stay on your page, which I'm going to do here. And then I'm going to get a little deeper with our Berry Burst. So let's kind of go Berry Burst here, and maybe some Berry Burst here, and one more. I think with some more Melon Mambo, I will add one more, and maybe off to the side as well. Okay, so this is to show you just a quick version of how we do this. So now, once you have your card front stamped, basically all you need to do is take your framelits and go over and cut out whatever word you want to use. Today, being that it's a Valentine's card, we're going to use the word love. Okay, so I don't know what happened. I thought I was videotaping the rest of my card. This was the finished product. Somehow my phone turned off, so I'm going to go ahead and show you the rest of another card that I was doing. Same technique. This one I had stamped a little bit different, but basically it's going to show you the same technique. What I did want to show you on the card using the letter O, or any letters like P or B or D, where there's an inside piece that gets cut out, you want to glue that down to the base piece so that you have that in the middle, but it's not raised like the rest of your letter. So anyway, let me go from here. So basically what you're going to do now is, I've switched out a little bit. I had this one a little bit where I'm using Powder Pink as my base, and then I have Berry Burst, and on top of that I have the Fresh Fig. So it's a little bit more layering on this one, but same technique. So basically what you're going to do once you have your letters cut out, you want to take your glue and glue down this, and I go around my lettering so that my letters stays pretty flat to the card. Okay, so once you have that glued, glue that down to your darker piece, whatever you choose to be your darker piece. Now on this particular card, I did my outline a little bit heavier than what I had done on the one I started to show you. I'm still working on learning how to do this. It's fun videotaping. So now what we're going to do with these letters is we're just going to add dimensionals. And I take my dimensionals and I cut them into thinner little pieces, cut them in half that way. Or you can use, we have the little mini ones now, so you can actually use those. I don't have any of those left, so I'm just cutting down my my regular ones. It works just fine. And I've always liked doing this because I can control how big of a piece that I have. Okay, so peel it off. Then you just lay it down on top, but it's on a dimensional. So as you can see, it's raised a little bit, and you can just see a little bit of that dark underneath, what gives it that shadow effect, which is why they call it the eclipse technique. So we'll just go ahead and do this. I'm a talker. Sometimes I end up talking too much, so I try not to talk too much. Okay. You don't have to use a lot of the dimensionals, just in a couple of different places so that it keeps it up from laying flat on the card. Back in the old days when I started doing this, 25 years ago or so, we didn't have dimensionals. I mean, these were the greatest things since sliced bread when these came out. But we would just cut out multiple pieces and glue them together. And that's what would raise it up. But for the eclipse technique, if you had multiple pieces, it wouldn't give you that dark showing underneath. So the dimensionals are really a really cool item. I think everybody should have these in their little tool kits. Oops, and then one more. I probably could just fast forward my video if I learn how to do that. Okay. My nails always seem to get in the way. Okay. Here we go. And then, once you have that done, you just glue that to your card front. And on this one, I did extra layering. Now, of course, for your card fronts, you can use whatever type of glue you like. I love the Tombow glue because it is very easy to work with. It's very permanent. It does give you that little bit of wiggle room, as you see I just did, to make sure that you have that in place where you want it. And then there you go. You have your eclipse technique. So I will show you again this one, and then this was our holiday Noel card. So very, very simple. So thank you for watching, and hope you come back again and watch more of my videos.